This is KGW News at Sunrise.
I don't feel safe here at all. I don't feel safe in this neighborhood.
That woman lives in the same neighborhood where on Christmas Eve, a man was stabbed to death on a Max platform. Coming up, we'll walk you through what police say happened. And hey, if you're out and about or headed back to work today, expect some wet roads from the rain overnight. This is a live look from Drive 8. Right now, looks like he's on I-5 southbound. I'm looking Barber Boulevard, just passing Barber. An update on traffic and weather in just a moment. Good morning. Hope you had a great Christmas, a happy holiday for many of us. It's time to get back at it. We are here.
And the good news is, if you're heading to the airport, maybe, going, got friends and relatives, maybe heading out today, I can tell you that nationally, we don't have any major issues nationally that might have, big airline implications. So that's good. Yes. All right, let's get you out the door and give you the live look from our Wells Fargo sky camera. It's dark and early. The sunrise is still a good 2 hours and 40 minutes away. But from this, I can show you this. It's 42 degrees out there, so a relatively mild start to our Tuesday morning, and we do have a couple of drips of rain out there, but again, the showers are becoming less frequent and less numerous. I did want to point out Upper Hood River Valley still under a winter weather advisory for some patchy freezing rain. Parkdale, your temperatures are still near the freezing mark. Those will warm as we go through the morning. All right, today mostly cloudy to start. Maybe a few sunbreaks midday. I've got temperatures inching towards 50, and then the clouds roll back in tonight with another chance of rain. That probably cues up for tomorrow's morning commute. We'll look at that with Futurecast in just a few minutes. Let's get you out the door and give you a live look at the roads right now. And this is I-5 near SR 14. Pretty wide open there as we are at the Sylvan Hill. That's Highway 26 near Skyline Boulevard. It's just a few cars making that commute. And as we take you down to Wilsonville, southbound commute on the left-hand side of your screen. Lots of elbow room out there on the freeways this morning, Christine. No unexpected delays just yet. Yeah, good to know if you're on the roads. Thank you, Chris. This morning, police are still looking for the person who stabbed and killed a man outside a Max train in southwest Portland Sunday. Blair Best spoke with neighbors who say they're worried about their safety.
It was just before 6:30 Sunday night when Portland police responded to reports of a man who had been stabbed in southwest Portland. Officers found him on the Max train at the Goose Hollow station off Jefferson Street and 18th Avenue. He later died at the hospital. The next morning, on a dreary start to Christmas Day, neighbors take caution.
I think it's very sad that someone would go to those lengths to murder someone on Christmas Eve.
That's the crazy part. Christmas Eve, really? You're going to say, let me stab someone on Christmas Eve?
Now, Portland police say there was an altercation between the victim and the suspect here at the Providence Park Max stop. The victim then got on the train and ended up here, one stop away at the Goose Hollow station. And this is where police responded. You can still see the leftover crime tape.
I can tell you that detectives do not believe there's an ongoing threat to the public.
But many who live in the area feel differently.
It's ridiculous. They see what goes on. They see what's happening around here. I don't know how they say there is no danger to the rest of us.
Of course there's a threat.
I don't feel safe here at all. I don't feel safe in this neighborhood.
And because of that, Carmen Miner says riding the Max train is simply out of the question.
No way. Not an option. The bus is not an option either. No, I don't trust mass transit. It's not safe.
TriMet says in a statement that they share their condolences with those dealing with the loss and the loved ones of the person who died. They encourage anyone with information to call Portland police.
That officers are doing everything in their power to track down those responsible on this holiday.
My condolences go out to that person's family. Sad.
Now, Portland police are still investigating, and again, they say there is no threat to the public. Now, we've asked them how they can be so certain, and we have not heard back yet. In Southwest Portland, Blair Best, KGW News.
A battleground couple is asking for your help to find this white Hyundai Elantra. It was stolen while the owner was giving birth over the weekend. New parents Realinda and Edgar Quintero checked into Legacy Salmon Creek Thursday night. Realinda gave birth the next day. But when Edgar went to the car to pick up some medication, it was not in the parking lot. Security footage confirmed it was stolen.
They didn't break the window. They used like a universal makeshift key, and the video shows them unlocking it, like if they owned the vehicle, and then going in there 30 seconds later, they must have, punctured the ignition or something, and they were gone within 30 seconds.
The couple filed a police report and has posted pictures of the missing car on social media. If you see this 2018 Hyundai Elantra with Washington plates CGB 1405, you see it there, contact police. In Portland, it was a deadly Christmas day with 3 fatal crashes in 24 hours. We start with a hit and run that happened shortly after midnight yesterday. Portland police are still looking for the driver who hit someone at Southeast Stark and 106th Avenue. An off-duty officer saw someone laying in the road and gave them first aid until an ambulance arrived. That person died at the hospital. Right now, there's no information about the driver or their car. Call Portland Police if you know anything. Then in Southwest Portland, a driver is dead after a single car crash. It happened around 1 p.m. yesterday at Southwest Barber Boulevard and Taylor's Ferry. It's unclear what caused that car to go off the road. And finally, around 5 o'clock yesterday evening, officers responded to a 2-car crash on Southeast 122nd Avenue, just off Southeast Powell. One of the drivers was critically hurt and taken to a hospital where they later died. No word on whether the other driver was injured. Well, volunteers all over the area served up hot holiday meals for people in need yesterday. More than 300 people were treated to a Christmas meal at the Union Gospel Mission in downtown Portland.
There's some friends that we have that are homeless that have shared that it can be just another day for them, and we want them to walk in and feel special, feel served, and that we've thought about them, and also just to establish a small little bit of relationship with people.
So in addition to yesterday's meal, over the last week, the Union Gospel Mission has delivered about 500 meals to people experiencing homelessness. And another place for people looking for a Christmas dinner was Congregation Beth Israel in Northwest Portland. While there was no sit-down service, the congregation teamed up with the nonprofit Lift Urban Portland to box up meals for people to go for about 500 of them. The annual tradition started back in 1985, but this is the first year back since the COVID pandemic. And the Oregon State Beavers spent Christmas traveling to El Paso, Texas for the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. This is video of the team arriving at the airport yesterday. That's cool that they were greeted in that fashion. The game is this Friday against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Kickoff at the Sun Bowl will be 11 a.m. our time. Exciting stuff for sure. Not expecting a whole lot of sun in our area.
Not in our area, but there it should be
okay.
Mostly sunny.
Yeah.
I just looked at the forecast for El Paso, about 60.
Okay.
So
nice.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. Go Beavs.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so what are we expecting here today?
It's a little drippy out there this morning. We had, of course, yesterday was like a drizzle storm for hours. I mean, it was like a light rain, a drizzly light rain for like hours and hours. Obviously heavier than that at the coast. Most of that now has tapered off. Now, the live look from our Wells Fargo sky camera, it's obviously hard to tell because it's still dark out there, but it is cloudy. It's 42 last check at PDX, and radar over the last 3 hours shows the progress the remaining showers have made here across the region. Most is now tracking on up into the Cascade foothills where the snow levels are still quite high, up around 6,000 feet. We have had some freezing rain issues on the east slopes of the Cascades, specifically in the Hood River Valley. You folks under the upper Hood River Valley still under a winter weather advisory until 10 a.m. But I can show you precipitation has really diminished. So there still could be some slick spots on the roads getting up towards Parkdale and in that upper Hood River Valley. But precipitation is ending and the temperature should inch up a little bit here by about 10 o'clock or so. All right, the big perspective across the region. Here's the system that brought the steady light rain to the region yesterday. That is now swept on off to the north and east. We're sort of in a lull between systems. The next one already taking shape here offshore. There's a lot going on here out over the Pacific. This thing is really wound up and it looks really impressive on the satellite imagery, but it's going to kind of weaken and shear apart as it approaches the area. So we're not going to get the full blast of that next system per se, but the rain will eventually get in here tomorrow. We'll track it for you with Futurecast today. Again, mostly dry for a good chunk of the day. Futurecast tries to poke a few holes in the cloud cover. We may or may not see some sun breaks today, but the point is it's going to be generally a mostly cloudy and mild day. We get brushed with possibly a shower this afternoon as a warm front swings on through the region. That will keep snow levels, by the way, pretty high, up to 5,500 feet or so in the Cascades. That'll pass through without much fanfare, but the next more significant and steady rain rolls in tomorrow. This is Wednesday at 7:45, so Wednesday's morning commute, what we have of it will probably be a little wet. That rain then tapers off to showers, meaning intermittent rain as we go into Wednesday afternoon. So rainfall today, not much more expected, but tomorrow we could pick up a couple of tenths of an inch of rain in the valley, much more at the coast where the rain will be obviously much more significant. All right, right now it's 42 at PDX, it's 46 in Aurora. The big perspective across the state this morning, 31 in Burns and Baker City, so nobody terribly cold. A reminder that parts of the Hood River Valley, including Hood River itself, are down at the freezing mark right now. So there could be some slick spots again in that part of the region. Otherwise, you see here as I roll the clock on Futurecast, temperatures do warm above the freezing mark for Hood River. You get to about 40, about 50 or so here in Portland today. And again, tomorrow, I've got rain tomorrow, tapering off to occasional showers in the afternoon. Christine, Thursday and Friday are going to be mostly dry. I have a chance of rain on Friday, but that's iffy. That comes in later in the day. Saturday and Sunday look occasionally wet, but at this point, not terribly wet. And then I think, if I could give you like the 10-day forecast, the start of the new year actually looks dry. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week.
Okay, I'll hold you to it, Chris.